Hello everybody and welcome, I am Bricker Boom, and it is time to finally finish this cursed run. You may ask, cursed? How is a run cursed? I'll tell you, dear audience. So, the first attempt, I had made it to Claire, and the power went out, so the video I was still recording was lost while the game had saved over all of my old data, because, you gotta save pretty frequently so you're not getting backtracked 5 gems whenever you lose. The second attempt, I had just finished beating Lance when I noticed my screen resolution was so badly jacked up that from gyms 7, 8, the Elite 4, all of that could not be seen. The third time, I only made it to the running shoes guy before realizing I had been so frazzled from losing the progress on attempt 3 or attempt 2, I didn't think to hit record. So, here we are at attempt 4 officially. So, we make sure to go ahead and name ourselves Boom and get started again, and we do the beginning game stuff pretty easily. Now, Heracross is a very much physical attacker. That is his best stat. I will go ahead, I forgot to write it because I'm so frazzled and I don't feel like pulling it up, but here are his stats. Our Heracross in particular has Guts, which means that if we have a status effect on it, it'll boost our attack, which is good since attack is our best stat. Now, what I want to say is that with attempt 2, we did technically have this ability, and I won't lie, I struggled a little bit with the setup the first time, but I think this time around, now that we know how much HP to expect being lost, or how much our speed is going to be dropped from paralysis, I think that we're going to be able to do a little bit better. But, as always, we go ahead and name our rival Butt, and then head back to Violet City. The last time I played this was during the baby challenge, all the way through, so actually being able to make it through Sprout Tower with little to no issue is absolutely wonderful. After the tower, it's time to fight Faulconer for the first time, and we're level 12 for the first attempt. Pidgey is thankfully going down to a single horn attack, and that allows us to learn Aerial Ace, which is great since we'll need it later for Morty. Pidgeotto is next, and we start with Horn Attack to take it to a little above half, and Gus takes us a little below half. We can take it to red, but then it takes us out. If we get a crit, that would definitely win the battle, but after about 6 attempts, we make the choice to level up. Now, normally I just do some candies and then try again, but given the fact that my second attempt we received Pokerus, I want to make sure that we grind the early levels while we can. From here, we head back to take Pidgey down with the one-shot as usual, and we level up to 14 in the progress. Pidgeotto goes down to what seems like exactly half, and we go to 26 HP with one shot, but thankfully the second attack of ours is enough to take it down. With that, we're able to go ahead and make a beeline for Azalea Town, and I want to go ahead and state that for the most part, I'm probably going to be skipping a lot, if not most, of the Rocket content. Simply put, there's a lot of it, and most of it isn't really that interesting. I'll still likely cover the fight against Patrol when he has a lot of coughing and a wheezing, most likely. And for Archer, I definitely will be covering that since he typically has a pretty good team. But the admins are typically a joke, and even the harder rockets aren't that difficult. If you want to see that change, of course, by all means, let me know in the comments below. At the very end of the day, the more you tell me how you like these videos to be structured, the better I can make it tailor-made for you. I know some people prefer just very much cut down content. I know some people prefer a little bit longer of a video. I need you all to help me out. So, we finish off Slowpoke well, and then from there, we're able to go face off against Bugsy. Now, in prior runs, Bugsy had been a nightmare, but let's see how this time goes. Scyther sets up Leer and Focus Energy, but doesn't actually attack, so it ends up going down to 2 Aerial Aces. From there, it's basically a one-shot sweep with Kakuna and Metapod, allowing us to win the second badge. Now, I almost forgot to write this part, but as you're leaving town, the rival does pick a fight with you, and the rival sends out Ghastly that goes down in 1 Aerial Ace. Lava comes out next, so we hit it down to red with Brick Break. We get hit with Leer before taking it down. Zubat is last, so we take it out with one more shot, and from there, we're able to go ahead and move on. I'll be honest, after the baby run, this is fantastic. The trip through the forest is easy enough, and this is one of the few challenges that I actually feel somewhat confident about going up against Whitney. After a few challenge runs and a few Nuzlockes, it's time to extract our revenge. Side note, someone did actually bring up to me that we could technically see how all generations of starters are able to perform in Gen 1, so we might be doing that, starting out with Chikorita and moving our way through the Gen 2 starters soon enough. I know that in HeartGold, Chikorita technically isn't that great, but the first two gyms Chikorita would technically be strong against, so it's kind of hard to say how that would be able to perform. Also, and I'm just giving you guys a peek behind the curtain, I'm going to be doing an only HM run soon, and likely an Espeon and Umbreon run in Pokemon Fire Red. A few people have given me ideas on Discord, Twitter. Make sure to join them both if you do want to go ahead and give me other ideas for runs, or even better, leave them below in the comments. But with that, we've made it to Whitney, and with Whitney, we're able to take out Clefairy with a single Brick Break, and then Miltank, Destroyer of Dreams, comes out, and immediately goes down to a critical hit Brick Break. That was unexpected, and I don't know if the critical hit actually mattered, but I'm not going to complain. We do a bit more travel from here, which is fine, because we do need to go ahead and get some levels for the Ghost Gym, because at this point, where we're actually making it so we can sweep through the gyms in one attempt, the levels are starting to catch up rather quickly. We do manage to make it to Ekritique, and it's time to go ahead and fight the rival, and both Ghastly and Zubat go down to a single Aerial Ace. Quilava goes to yellow and uses Smoke Screen, but we do take it down next turn. Finally, Magnemite is out and weak to Brick Break, so we immediately take it out for a victory. We go ahead and finish up the little bit of the tower that we have to, and we go to fight Morty. Now, this is a little bit of a problem because we only have Aerial Ace, and while it's a decent move, we don't get Stab. It can't miss, which is good, but I don't know, I don't think it's going to be enough. But Ghastly goes down in one shot from the Aerial Ace. When Haunter comes out, we hit it to yellow, but unfortunately, and fortunately at the same time, it uses Curse, which takes it out, but also puts the battle on the timer. Thankfully, though, that doesn't end up mattering, because Morty sends out Gengar, who immediately crits us with a Shadow Ball, and we lose. So unfortunately from here, we're basically stuck, and I'm not wanting to use rare candies just yet. So what we do is we go to the next route and spend time leveling up. We fight most of the trainers on the following routes, and then we go ahead and double back to try again. By now, we're level 29 and close to leveling up, so Ghastly goes down in one shot, and next up is Haunter. Haunter is also now a one shot, and that saves us from being cursed. Gengar pops out, and we manage to take it to low red, do a crit, as a berry heals it. Hypnosis thankfully misses, and we manage to take it out. Last is Haunter, and we take it to red, and it uses Curse for some reason to take itself out, and that allows us to win the next badge. Thankfully, the path basically going to the next route is clear because we had to use those trainers to grind up a little bit. After that, we can make sure to go ahead and also clear out the lighthouse and start on the Amphi stuff, and then head to go fight Chuck. Chuck sends out Primeape first, and with Aerial Ace, we take it to red as it begins double teaming. Chuck does heal up, but this time Aerial Ace rolls high on the damage and takes it out next turn. Poliwrath is last, and we take it a little below half as a berry gives it health. Surf hits for a chunk, and we use Aerial Ace again to take it to red. Hypnosis misses, and Chuck heals back up as we use Aerial Ace again. The Shell Bell is doing some work to keep us healthy, and the next turn we take Poliwrath out. After that, we can head back to Olivine, heal up Amphi, and then it's time to fight Jasmine, who we're thankfully able to hit for super effective damage because most times she is another brick wall of a gym leader. The first Magnemite goes down after one attack, and thankfully the second one is able to meet the same fate. That leaves us with the absolute attacking monster that is Steelix. We open up with a Brick Break and take down Steelix to about a quarter, as Iron Tail smacks us to almost half. Another Brick Break takes it to red, and the berry heals it up. We do heal a bit from the Shell Bell, and Iron Tail misses, as it should, and we take it to red as Steelix uses Sandstorm. Jasmine heals up, we're able to use another Brick Break to keep chipping away and healing a bit from the Shell Bell, basically negating the Sandstorm damage. Brick Break does take it to low yellow as Iron Tail takes us to 17 HP, and the Sandstorm takes us to 11. But unfortunately, Jasmine heals up again, and the chip damage from Sandstorm lets our very weak Rock Throw go ahead and take us out. It does take a few attempts, but the Magnemite go down the same each time, but the Steelix is the main issue. Unless we get a crit, it's probably always going to take 3 hits, and Iron Tail, when it does hit, is an absolute nightmare. A few attempts in, Steelix opens with Sandstorm this time rather than Iron Tail, and the Iron Tail that does hit takes us to yellow, but doesn't lower our defense. Given the Sandstorm chip, it allows us to go ahead, take it out to win the battle for another badge. As said, we're going to be skipping most of the rocket stuff since the game is so plentiful with it. The most interesting thing that happens up next is Lance having his Dragonite Hyper Beam a man. But after that, we go to fight Price. Seal is first, so we use Brick Break to take it out. Dugong is up next, and a Brick Break is also able to take it down in a single shot. Last up is Piloswine, a Pokemon that I absolutely love, and a Brick Break takes it down to let us win a first attempt, and surprisingly, pretty easy gym badge. After that, it's time for the Radio Tower stuff, and in that time, a quick rival fight as well. Rival 4 sends out Golbat, and we use Horn Attack as Air Cutter does a good chunk, and we take it out next turn. Reversal is decent enough, so we do go ahead and learn that. Quilava is next up, and we're able to take it out with a single Brick Break. Haunter actually lives from an Aerial Ace, but wastes it on giving us a mean look, and goes down next turn. Sneasel, another favorite of mine, goes down to a single attack due to quad weakness, and then we finally go against Magnemite, who also goes down in a single Brick Break. Now, I'm gonna be honest, the only real interesting battle through this plotline is Archer, and that's because he's the leader. We've had previous runs, the Baby Run, and the Venomoth Run, where he's an absolute nightmare, but in this case, all of his Pokemon actually go down rather easy. With Heracross, we are able to go ahead and take down both the Houndour and the Houndoom, and with a lot of gym badges, rival fights, things like that, we're either going to be decimating them or getting brick-walled for a level before being able to move on. Overall, though, this run has been a lot of fun so far, but we're about to hit one of the hardest parts of the run. Dragon types don't have any big weaknesses except for Ice, and that Kingdra can be an absolute nightmare. Also, if you hear meowing in the background, I do apologize. My cat is staring out the window because spring has officially sprung at the time of recording this. This probably is going to be going up in a few weeks, but he wants out. He's not an outside cat. He would not know how to live on the outside anymore. It's a whole thing. But after that, we're able to go ahead and fight Claire, and it's time to go ahead and cross our fingers. I have no idea how this is going to go. Claire first sends out Gyarados, which is a pain because it cuts our attack in half, and we use Strength for about a quarter of its health. We test the damage of Aerial Ace as we keep getting pinged with Dragon Rage before we do take it out. Dragonair is next, and we take it to yellow with Brick Break as we get paralyzed, then Fire Blasted, but we do take it down. Unfortunately, with our speed cut, the Guts boost won't actually let us move first, and Dragon Pulse wipes us out. From here, it's a lot of theory crafting. Now, I'll be honest, this battle is possible at this level because I brought in a White Herb to see if it would be doable without the Intimidation drop, and it is, but technically we can't get that until after the Elite Four, so I didn't use it. This battle is supposed to be the last of the Johto gym leaders, and even though I do import the rare candies, I don't feel okay about bringing in items that we technically can't get yet. But one thing that we do have access to, though, is a metronome. What the metronome does is that whenever we use the same attack, that attack continues to rise in power. You can get that at the game corner. So, as Gyarados comes out, we use Strength and keep hitting him with Strength as it gains power to take it down. We also had a level up, as you can see, but now that Strength is gaining power, we're doing well despite being paralyzed. Kingdra comes out and misses Hydro Pump, and with the Guts and Metronome boost, we take it down in 2 turns even with the Smoke Screen and Berry Heal. When the last Dragonair comes out, we're able to take it out in 1 turn. I never thought that I would end up using the metronome, but in a very specific case like this, it's an absolute lifesaver. As always, Victory Road is a quick trip, and I think this might be the lowest level I've ever made it to the Elite Four, aside from the Mewtwo run, probably. But I think that's going to stop soon. Not having access to special attacks, not that they would do any good given how weak our special is is starting to catch up to us. Heracross is an absolute monster of a physical attacker, but his special is very poor. But it's time to fight the rival at the end of the tunnel. Sneasel's out first and immediately falls to Brick Break. Golbat is a bit scary as we land a hard-hitting strength to bring it to red. It misses Air Cutter, so we're able to take it out. Kadabra also goes down to a single strength. Typhlosion goes to red and hits us hard with Lava Plume before going down. Haunter's out, and we thankfully take it out in one shot, and then do the same to Magneton, winning us a very narrow victory. But for now, that's the last time that we have to fight the rival. From here, it's time to fight the Elite Four, and Will, the Psychic Trainer with some flying types, is first up. Let's see how we do. We use Strength and get Confused Raid, but break through that to take it out. The next Xatu goes below half and berries up before hitting us hard with Aerial Ace, then goes down. We do learn Mega Horn, because it's a great bug move for Psychic types. Jinx comes out and goes down to Brick Break. Slowbro is where we test Mega Horn and take it down in one shot. Exeggutor is last, and we use Aerial Ace to take it to red as it uses Reflect. Will heals up, and we're doing far less damage than I'd like, but we do keep chipping away at its health. And then it uses Hypnosis. From there, we stay asleep until it takes us out. Fantastic. The next attempt basically goes the exact same at the beginning of the battle, but we still make sure to learn Mega Horn. But then when we get to Exeggutor, this time we go ahead and use Mega Horn on it as well, and the power behind it is enough to take it down. Next up is Koga, and we use Aerial Ace on it, Ariados to take it out. The Horrifying Crobat is next and immediately takes us to 1 HP. We do manage to hit it with Strength, but then we get taken down, and this is where we start running into some issues. Because we were missing a small little bit of HP, I will admit. However, even with healing that, we still go down to 26 HP, and there isn't a whole lot that we can do aside from gain some levels and try again. We can't learn anything that would be super effective against Crobat that I feel would take it out in one shot. So we level up to level 60, and then still lose about a dozen times. If the Crobat doesn't take us down, then the hard-hitting Gunk Shot from Muck is what's doing the job. So at level 65, we're still taking Ariados down in one shot. Crobat actually does go down to a critical hit strength. Where was that 10 levels ago? And Venomoth falls to Aerial Ace. Fortress uses Protect, and we hit it with Aerial Ace, then take it down with Brick Break. Muck goes to about half with Aerial Ace, poisons us, which activates our Guts ability, allowing the next attack to take it out and win the battle. Bruno is third, and I feel far more confident against him than anybody else. Hitmontop is first and goes down to an Aerial Ace. Hitmonlee gets a crit with Aerial Ace and goes down. Hitmonchan also goes down quickly. Onix falls to a Brick Break, and Machamp goes down to Aerial Ace. While I do enjoy Hitmontop, it's definitely not a super great Pokemon, but at least that's one battle that was easy for us. Let's go ahead and see how Karen goes. Umbreon is first, and Brick Break tears through it. Murkrow isn't super bulky and goes down to an Aerial Ace and allowing us to level up. Houndoom is taken out by Brick Break, and Gengar is brought to yellow and healed up. The next time we get less than the damage range, which doesn't make her heal, so we take it down next turn. After that, the Dark-type Vileplume is immediately taken down to Aerial Ace. From there, it's only Lance, and then we can go ahead and make our way through Kanto. Lance first sends out Gyarados, and we use Strength to bring it to a little above half as Waterfall hits us. We critical hit it to take it down, and then Charizard is out. Strength takes a small chunk, and then Aerial Ace takes us down immediately. Once again, if we could use the White Herb to avoid the attack reduction, I think we would be alright. However, you know my stance on that. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If I get to level 100 and still can't figure out a way past it, that's probably where I'd import the items like that. Same with the Koba Berries. Koba Berries reduce super effective flying damage, in case you weren't aware. Now, there is a chance that Mom will send them to us, but as of right now, we don't have them, so that's why I didn't import them in. We try this battle about 50 times before we reach level 90, and with that, we're able to take Gyarados out in 2 hits. Charizard goes to red and hits us with Air Slash. The next turn, we get a critical hit to take it out. When Aerodactyl's out, we take it out in 1 Brick Break. The Dragonite is thankfully a critical hit, so it goes down. We take the next one down to yellow as Thunder Wave hits us, paralyzes us, but does activate our Guts ability. From there, we're able to take it out. When the last Dragonite pops out, we still manage to actually go ahead and take it down with the Guts and Metronome boosted Strength to finally win us the Elite Four, but not the challenge. With that, we're officially halfway through the game, but I'm sure you know that by now. But just in case you've never played a Gen 2 game, now we're able to go through the entire Kanto region. Problem with the Kanto region, or blessing I guess, is that the first 7 gym leaders are below the Elite Four levels, so we don't have to spend too long on the Kanto side of the map. Now, the real challenge of the Kanto region is going to be blue, so let's see how that goes. Exeggutor is first, so we use Mega Horn to take it out in one shot. Pidgeot is scary, and we use Strength to take it to red as the berry heals up. It misses us, so we can take it out with another Strength as Arcanine is out. I managed to work it in. We use Brick Break to take it to red, and Flare Blitz hits hard, but it does take itself out with the attack, but it also burns us. Rhydon goes down to a single Brick Break, and Machamp goes down to a single Aerial Ace, but with the burn, our health isn't looking great. Gyarados comes out and drops our attack further as we hit it to yellow with Strength. Unfortunately, blue heals up and continues to do so, and eventually burn wins the War of Attrition, and we do end up going down. It does take a few attempts, but the beginning of the battle is pretty much going to be the same. The only difference is that this time Pidgeot uses Mirror Move to hit us with a soft Strength, but that's fine. This time, when Arcanine uses Flare Blitz, we don't get burnt. That allows us to take it out, or rather, it takes itself out. Then Machamp comes out and is still a one-shot. Our health is slowly ticking back up to something decent. Gyarados only uses Dragon Dance for some reason, so I'm able to go ahead and take it out and win the last badge of the game. And with that, it's time to climb Mount Silver and try our hand at fighting Red. Pikachu goes down to a single Brick Break, and we thankfully don't get paralyzed. Charizard is out, and, well, we did some damage, but that ended far quicker than I thought it would. So what we do is we level up to level 100, for once foregoing the 3 to 5 tries, since I know we won't be able to take Charizard down, even with a critical hit. At level 100, Pikachu is obviously still a one-shot, and we cross our fingers as Charizard comes out. This time we do almost half, and at 304 health, we still go down to a single Air Slash. After that, we try to plan a bunch of different ways to win. We import Koba Berries, we try Double Team, we try different movesets, and unfortunately, we can't win. Unless we get a critical hit ourselves, and the Charizard misses or goes for a different move, we can't get past it. And on the off chance that the luck lines up appropriately, we get immediately taken down by the Blastoise because Blizzard absolutely annihilates us. After a few hours and 100 or more attempts, we finally go ahead and accept that this challenge isn't something that we're going to be able to complete. We don't have any proper setup moves, we don't have really anything that we can do to get past how offensively bulky his team is. And this is an interesting feeling, I have to admit. This is the first solo challenge that I've lost. I've lost Nuzlocke before, but with solo challenges, it feels very odd because no matter how many times you die, quote unquote, well, get knocked out, my apologies, YouTube, you're still able to try again, but I just don't think it's possible. If somebody's done it, by all means, go ahead and let me know what you've done. I can always try again at a later date, but we didn't stand a chance, unfortunately. But overall, I still had a lot of fun with this run, and I'm not entirely sure what we're going to be doing next time around. I think a Pokemon Emerald Nuzlocke is going to be happening soon, and I'm trying to keep up with the different uploads, but I also have some prehistoric fossils that I want to give some attention, so while this was a loss, we're still going to keep on keeping on. And, as always, if you liked the video, even if you didn't like the video, think about hitting the like and subscribe button, because it really does help me out. And until next time, everybody, peace out.